Rise and shine, wild ones. It's Bernadette. Whose camera you can't see. I've been playing with my camera this morning. Good morning, everybody. Woohoo! 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 I don't know what's going on here. I got a double monitor, and now my camera's like here, there, and everywhere. So good morning, good morning. Whoop whoop. How is everybody this morning? I'm looking at the chat. Lily, it was hard waking up this morning. It was tough. It was, Lily. I rolled over in my bed and went, no. And then Hops pushed me out of the bed because she had to go potty. Good afternoon, Pearl. Good afternoon. Hey, y'all. Hey, Amy pit me in. Hey, Teapot. I think I saw Teapot's name somewhere up in here. Maybe, possibly. Yes, there you go. Good morning, Teapot. Good morning, everybody. So thank you all for coming today. It's going to be a doozy of a day. I suspect we'll have half the people we normally do because of the title of the thumbnail, which is Can You Handle the Truth? But it's super relevant, I gotta tell you. It's like crazy, super relevant this morning. So here I am with your daily pick a card tarot reading for Wednesday. What is the day? Oh yeah, September 29th. Just a couple more sleeps until October 1st, and then everything is Halloween. Yes, everything is Halloween. So thank you so much for to everyone for showing up early in the morning with me and the spirit animals and the tarot. And many thanks to Teapot and Amy who watch out and watch everybody's back. And remember, just, you know, I got to get back to saying this. I was told you have to get back to saying this. So although I think I'm going to start paying Don to say this for me because he always comes on and says, subscribe to the channel, like. And it's true, y'all. When you do that, when you subscribe to my channel and you hit the like button and whatnot, the YouTube algorithm, basically it's the YouTube, Big Brother watching to see how popular anybody is, because that's what it all boils down to, like in high school, popularity. They will boost my stuff in the rankings and more people will learn about animals and they'll do more better for animals. The world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see. Ooh, that sounded terrible, but I haven't warmed up this morning either. So, and I've been drinking milk. That's never good when you want to sing. Okay, so here's what we're going to do today. First of all, I am fixing to do hecka giveaways for ARC decks. I've missed it the last couple of weeks, and I've got, I think I've got like 10 or 15 decks of the original printing of the deck, and I want to gift those. And then I've got, I don't know, seven or, I don't even know what that noise is going on over there. Barney has taken to going buck wild this morning. Oh, thank you, Dana. Girl, let me tell you something. Fall is in the air, bum, 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 bum. And you know what happens when fall is in the air at my house? My closet screams, yes! And it just puts everything right up there for me. So, so today is going to be a healing day. It's Healing Wednesday. Y'all, it sounds like the front of my office is being torn down from the, but I don't know what Barney's doing over there. I'm going to ignore him. So, in any event, it's going to be a healing day, but I got to tell you, the reason that I was called to say, can you handle the truth, is not only for myself, because it's all about me. Man, the readings and conversations I've had with people over the last couple of weeks has been about the truth. And sometimes the truth can be really hard to see. Now, the truth, really, what is that? Is that another person's version of the truth for you or for themselves? Is it accurate? Are they in denial? Are they, whatever it is. But the truth is out there somewhere. So we're going to, Nikki, I was in sweats Little C, Big C, I was in sweats this morning. It was so hot in my house this morning, I don't even know why. Oh my God, a pun or a bad pun on Wednesday morning. But can everyone see me? Can I see you? I see you, Christina. I do. I see the real you, not just your icon. You're in jammies. I'd love to be in jammies. So in any event, so today what we're going to do is I'm going to pull one card for everybody in the wild pack. And then I am going to answer specific questions Not yes or no questions, 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 because that doesn't do you any good. Yes or no does not do that, does not do any good for you. But something that you want to know the truth of, or you want to double check the truth of. An example of that question would be, show me the truth about, or what is the truth, or what animal ally can I work with, or what tarot card can I work with, or what do I need to know to discover the truth of how to save every animal on this earth? That would be a question I would ask. So it doesn't have to be that broad, but you see what I'm saying? It's like to it's hey Mab, good morning. It's like that. It's got to be something that you want to know the truth of. And the whole point of this morning is to do a deep dive. And yeah, I love to keep, mornings are light, and I want to energize you guys and whatnot. But I've just found over the last couple of weeks, y'all, there are so many people out there at crucial, like seriously crucial crossroads. The decisions that they're making right now are not like, do I want curry or Chinese for dinner? It's not like that. It's life altering decisions. Life altering decisions. And I've got a friend, a dear friend, whose husband has been in the hospital now for 32 days, fighting for his life, and she's been fighting for him. And any umpteen number of times, the doctors have come to her and said, you really should sign a DNR, and there's nothing we can do for him, and darn if he doesn't rally. And so that's been a whole journey. And so she's been digging for the truth about, is he still in there? And he is. I mean, this story is nuts. And maybe one day I'll be able to tell their story, because I'm telling you, a bond of love and connection and soulmate, I don't know that I've ever witnessed before, except for in a movie. It's astounding. And I mean, truly astounding. Astounding. So all of that being said, good morning, Safine. We're going to answer questions. And for those of you that are new to my channel, I really appreciate that you're showing up. Let me tell you how my channel works. I love new people, I do, and I want as many people as possible to connect with the animal allies, but I will always give preference to my longtime subscribers, always. So those of you that come in and you want to say, I subscribed or I shared, thank you. I really appreciate that. Maybe you did and maybe you didn't. But I will always give preference to my longtime subscribers. That's how it works here. Because this isn't a fly-by-night McDonald's of readings. This is for, my channel is for people who truly want to learn and grow in metaphysics. Because the readings that I do, anything I ever do on camera, is part teaching and part reading. So I hope you will join us and stay, I hope you will stay with us, and I hope you will grow in your spirituality and your metaphysical magicianship and whatever other word you want to give it. And hey Keith. And so here we go. Okay, so questions. All right, so I'm gonna try to keep these questions in. Oh wait, hold on. Let me pull a card for, okay, so if everybody will just please focus on their truth. What do you want to know the for real truth about? Just focus on it. And I'm going to pull a card that will be the overall answer to everybody's what is the truth about something. And it might be that you, well, let me just pull the card and then we'll talk about it. Wow. Okay. All right. These are scary cards. Let me just, here's the truth of these cards. If these cards were upright, I'd be like, uh-oh, it's going to be like that this morning. But inverted, especially when these cards have come together, and I'll explain the individual cards and their archetypes in just a minute. I know that those of you that are on the channel this morning, that are here with me this morning, have absolutely gone through at least one dark night of the soul, and you might currently be in the middle of another dark night of the soul, but it is soon to be gonzola from your sphere. I'm telling you now. like very soon, and almost like it's going to be out of your hands, but not out of your hands, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And okay, Dana, I'll get to that question in just a second. What about how to move forward to my next step on my spiritual path, or what do I need to do to take my next step? Um, yeah, all questions are good questions. It's just the focus of today is the truth. But Dana, it would be very helpful if you tell me what spiritual path you mean. That can mean a lot of different things. So let's be specific. Which is the other thing that I preach here is be specific, be specific, be specific. The reason for being specific is, how does the universe respond to general stuff? I mean, how can the universe give you what you want, which is not really what you want, it's what you're choosing? How can you choose something when you're not specific about it? And it really teaches us to get granular and get seated in how we really feel about something, or how we really think about something. And oh, what's that word? The truth of it. Okay. So let's talk. This is for everybody. And this, yes, Nikki, thank you very much. It is a healing because, y'all, let me tell you something. The truth can be super, super hard to accept. Super hard to accept. Because we're programmed from the time we get into this world, where anything that we're not perfect at or good enough at, or if someone else thinks we're not trying hard enough at something, we're shamed, right? Especially in a classroom. Oh, my great googly moogly in a classroom, right? Craziness. And so, wow, Amy, really? Okay, that's cool. All right, so let's talk about these cards. So, first of all, the pangolin is it's the 5 of Pentacles. And anytime you get a 5 in the tarot, and I read from my own deck, the Archanimal Tarot and Oracle deck, and it is it's all the animal medicine and energy, but it is also predicated on the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck. I so my deck has the tarot card meanings of that Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, and it also is supported by, or actually it supports the animal energy for what animal is most meaningful to work in correlation with that card's meaning. Okay, so all that said, anytime you get a 5, it's never good. But the 5 of Pentacles is the Dark Night of the Soul card, because when you take a look at the traditional card, the imagery on it are these two dejected looking, they look like children, and they're walking outside of a church, and they're freezing in the snow, and it's all dark outside, but it's got this warm golden glow on the inside. And that church door is open to them at any time. That door is open. They could go in there and have food and warmth and sustenance and all these things. But they're so focused on looking down and grieving what they think they don't have and will never have, that it is a dark night of the soul. So when this card is inverted, I know that someone has taken a look around, and they've got so many dark nights. I know, Restless, but that's in your power to stop that at any time, especially you, of all people. Sweet bejeebus, some more girl, you powerful. Okay, so here's the story. So that said, it, I don't, I'm trying to think of an instance or an example that I could use where anything other than when we wake up and realize that our suffering is completely within our control. To keep suffering, to start suffering, to end suffering, it is an awakening. Because on the one hand, that is fantastic. You're like, I got the power, and you're discoing all through your house, right? But on the other hand, you're like, oh, one is the loneliest number that you ever seen, because it does put the onus of responsibility on you. So it's a double, triple-edged sword, right? Because nobody wants to walk alone through this life or feel totally alone. Even those of us that are like, I do better alone. I don't do well in partner. What a crock of hooey that is, right? Even just going to Publix, which is the only place I ever go, just to get something to eat, or kitty litter from a kitty cat's, although that gets delivered from that gets delivered. But somebody had to make that stuff, somebody had to ship that stuff, somebody has to stock those shelves. I'm not eating, delicious yogurt in a vacuum all by myself, right? So I always find that people who go through, I think somebody new, I don't recognize your name, I'm so sorry, is oh, I love that. We need video of the dog dancing. I'll sing more. I want to see doggy dance. So, so somebody said something about this awakening has been difficult. I don't know anybody who's been through a spiritual awakening that hasn't felt like their whole world has been smattered to smithereens. And at first it's very scary because it causes you to detach from things that you thought were real, you thought were important, you thought you couldn't live without, you thought, and you're looking around going, well, hell's bells. Again, a crock of hooey, right? Okay. So, oh, dairy-free coconut yogurt. You ain't lying, little C, big C. Frozen? That's what I'm saying. With some pineapple in it. So, here's the thing. So, let me just tell y'all why Pangolin wanted to be the Five of Pentacles. So, first of all, when you take a look at a pangolin, they're little scales, right? They are very reminiscent to me when I was talking to Pangolin about being in the arc of Pentacles. And that golden color, that warm kind of glow, and they are the sweetest, most unassuming animals on the planet. And they are the most trafficked, illegally trafficked animal in the world. Because in the Asian cultures, they think the scales, the claws, the tail, whatever, have magical medicinal powers, and they traffic the HE double hockey sticks out of these poor animals. Okay, and they were on the verge of extinction. That's a whole long story, but Pangolin specifically wanted to be the Five of Pentacles because it's a sign of what others can do to you based on their untruths, based on their lack of knowledge, based on their craziness. But it's also what you can do to yourself based on your, I mean, there are a million names of it. Lack mentality, poverty mentality, blah, blah. There's a million names for it. But so many scales speak to unlimited abundance in whatever it would be that you want if you would just open the doors of that church and walk inside. Now, I don't mean a literal church. I'm hearkening back to the Five of Pentacles, the traditional Rider-Waite tarot card, or Rider-Waite-Smith tarot card. The meaning of that is, again, those two dejected figures on a cold, stormy, horrible, icy night. And they're walking right, they're so focused on what they don't have and how miserable they are, they walk right by the one place that could save them and literally save their life, because they're going to freeze in that snow, right? Okay. The other thing is when the Five of Pentacles is turned upside down, and some people work with the inverted version of tarot cards, some people don't, and I don't always tend to look at an inverted card as a yes or no. Sometimes it comes to me because I practice intuitive tarot. I practice it, and one day I might even get it right, but I see it as the challenge, and that's loss of hope. So when this challenge comes about loss of hope, again, if we'll just go, well, you know what? I'm only focused on this. I'm so focused on what is not working, what is hurting me, what is this? I'm not lifting my eyes or lifting my head to look 360 degrees or 180 degrees, because let me tell you something. The universe does not want you to suffer. Do you know why the universe doesn't want you to suffer? Because you are the universe and the universe is you. Why would you want yourself to suffer? Okay. All that said, so Allegrioxo, I see you on the Streamlabs chat. Thank you for joining us this morning. And what you can't see is, I don't know how I've done this. I've got to fix it. But Allegrioxo, if you're still here, you can't see the chat that's from the people on YouTube and Facebook. And so I try to go in order, and you can't see how many people are in front of you, but I will try to get your I will try to get to your question, although it's about the truth. So be very sure that you want the for real truth. Okay. So all that being said, whatever this is that you all need to see the truth of, that you want to see the truth of, that you're choosing to see the truth of, at the end of the day, stop focusing on what's wrong. Stop focusing on what someone else's fault is. Stop focusing on what your fault is. Just look at the thing, at the truth of the matter, And that is, it's either good for you in a good way, or it's not. It's either right for you or it's wrong for you, or good for you or bad for you. Having said that, that's the dark night of the soul. It sucks to go through it. It totally does. But when you get to the other side, if you've done your healing work, you're like, man, I probably would go through that again and again, because wow, look at what it did for me, right? That's your choice. Now, Minotaur, let me just say this. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Yes, that's a good looking old fella right there. Eat bull horns and big nose and all, right? Okay. But Minotaur is a sad story. If you don't know the story of Minotaur in Greek mythology, this king's wife stepped out on him. She got pregnant. She had a baby. The baby was half bull, half human. The king went nuts, but didn't kill the baby. He made this elaborate labyrinth and shoved the baby in this labyrinth for this poor kid to stay alone his whole life and be taunted and bullied and tortured and the whole night. So, as you might imagine, Minotaur grew up pretty pissed. And Minotaur did try to get out of the labyrinth. He didn't make it. He did meet an untimely end. It's a very sad story. However, when this card comes with, when spirit shows up, can I just tell you, y'all, these are like, I said to the spirit animals this morning, listen, let's just cut to the chase. There's no time for BS this morning. There's no time for pussyfooting around this morning. And here these two cards come out for everybody. And what Minotaur means is you've got to find your way out of your own maze, out of your own quagmire. If you're in a big, fat, hot mess, okay, I'm sorry. Truly, I am. Really, because I've been there. Other than having children and being responsible for children, I imagine there's probably not a mess I hadn't been in that y'all haven't been in or are in right now. No joke. So, okay, but find your way out of it. And the only way to do that is to see the truth. Because listen, I didn't write the Greek myth, but if I were writing a story like that now, Minotaur wouldn't be so dumb as to, Minotaur was a bull. You think that bull couldn't go, I mean, listen, there are a million, dig out, go over, chew off the trees listen, I don't know what the labyrinth was made out of. It might have been made out of brick, and I don't remember that from the story, but there's always a way. It's not over until it's over. And let me say that again. It's not over till it's over. Period. End of story. So these are really in your face truth cards, but y'all are doing great. You don't even know it yet, but you're doing great. Whatever this truth is that you don't want to see, or it's ripping your heart up to see, or it's making you feel badly about yourself. Y'all, listen, last night, I ate a big old 2 handfuls of sugar. I don't mean like literal sugar, but I had some ice cream. It's natural, all organic. There's like 200 calories in a big old jug of it, but really, literally, it's literally like cream, sugar, some flavoring, and that's it, right? I know I shouldn't have eaten it, and consequently, my face, I look like a chipmunk this morning. I look like, and I feel a little sluggish, and that's on me. I know why I ate it, and I know why I shouldn't have eaten it, and okay, that's my dark night of the soul I'm going through right now, right? But here's the story. Okay. The truth of the matter is, I know why I ate it. I've got to heal or overcome or win against that dark sugary night of my soul, right? Okay. So there you go. All right. So let me also address another thing. I got a couple of text messages, and I got a couple of other kinds of messages about how it was unseemly for me and unprofessional for me to tell that person on Monday, whatever their name is or was, to back off of asking, nudging, pushing for a reading. Here's the truth of that. Here's the truth. While I respect your truth that for you, if you had your own channel, it's unprofessional, for my channel, it's as professional gets. I could have put it a lot of different ways, but here's the story. People will only treat you as you allow them to treat you. And yes, could I have ignored it? Yes. Could I have just blocked them? Yes. But if if I if I if I ask or tell, or I know my calling is to help people be wild and be free, that means to be free. That means to tell someone when they're overstepping their boundaries. And if you notice, it was politely a couple of times, and I even said back off politely. But that will always happen on my channel, because this is a for real spiritual channel, a for real readings channel. This is not to gain a bunch of followers that just want me to tell them what they want to hear or give ambiguous answers. That's not what I'm for. That's not what I stand for. And that is not what the animals stand for. And never let us forget. The truth of Bernadette is I do what I do for one purpose and one purpose only, to help the animals, humans included. So I hope some of you were inspired on Monday when I told that person to back off, and then, by the way, got smack from that person. So I did block them, because you don't see what goes on. You don't see what goes on my screen or on my Facebook, but I do. So, or on my phone, and my phone number's plastered every dang where all over the internet. I'm accessible. So spilled coffee all over the bed, and I just laughed at the universe, got the message. That's funny. Ooh, I'm sorry you spilled coffee. That's never good. Okay, so for those of you that felt like it was unprofessional, okay, I'm not buying into the sensitive culture. I'm not buying into the we can't say anything that might make us look, un this or un that, or offend somebody or whatever. You can say good morning to somebody in some kind of way and they'll get all kind of hurt about it because their expectation was whatever and you didn't comply with their expectation, which you didn't know to begin with, and they get all crazy and hold you responsible for it. Not here. No, not here. This is a real channel. That's it. Period. End of story. So la 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 la. Okay. So I know. Speak it, Mama Bear. No, really, I really felt like it really needed to be addressed, because I'm telling you, there were people that were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Really? Back off? Really? Come on, y'all. Nobody can be that sensitive." Okay. All right. Let me go back to, who was it that had? Ooh, I think it was Dana. Dana, you were asking about your spiritual advancement. Okay, so all that being said, all of that being boundaries, right, Amy? And we know boundaries have been boundaries. They're a thing, y'all. Okay, so here's the thing, Dana. Yes, great. Okay. Could you be more specific about what you want to see the truth of about your spiritual advancement? Does that mean that you want to be more aligned with God? Does that mean you want to open up your psychic abilities, your psychometry abilities, your animal communication abilities? What does that mean exactly? Like, what does that mean? No, a horse does not apologize for boundaries. They just kick you in the head and knock you ass end over teacup right out of their stall. Not like that's ever happened to me. And I have the dent to show it. Y'all, you can't know the shenanigans I've gotten in with animals, and I'm fixing to get in more. Let me answer Dana's question. I got to tell you what I'm going to do. The last words everybody might hear from me ever: why did I poke a sleeping amphibian reptile? Why did I do that? Okay, I'm trying to open my psychic abilities and healing to help people and animals. Okay, yeah. I love that. Okay, so here's the truth of how you do that. Rabbit. Bam! 7 of Pentacles. Bam! Okay. This is such a multi-layered answer that I hope that anyone who's got a question here this morning about seeing the truth of how they can advance, or why they think they're not advancing, or whatever. And this is like, I keep being drawn to the rabbit's ears, right? Ears. Most rabbits, okay, there are rabbits that don't have long ears, but rabbits can have some pretty darn long ears, especially French lops, for their body size. And clearly they're designed by nature to help them echolocate and hear way more better, right? Okay. So that being said, this is such a cool message for you, Dana. I keep being drawn back to the rabbit's ears. Two. So there are 2 things at work here. So there's some kind of block that you have about believing that you can make a living, not just a living, but a comfortable living or abundant living, whatever kind of living you want to make, money. Whatever money you want to make, that you choose to make, that you think you need, all of the above, you don't yet see the way you can do that by being a professional psychic healer, animal communicator, whatever. But you can, you should, you will, and that's exactly the order that I heard it in. But the big thing about it is, and this is for everybody that is seeing this card and wondering the same thing about any of their abilities as regards metaphysics. Rabbits, you know, those poor critters, and rats, they make up 80% of the prey population in the world, as in other animals eat them. 80% of them live off of rabbits and rats and mice and that kind of thing. Okay. So, little c, big C, only you, little c, big C. Okay. So all of that being said, they over time have gotten really smart. And so to keep the species going, they, first of all, they do breed like rabbits. I mean, they'll have a gazillion in a litter. That's number one. But number two, they have in the wild, they have all of these elaborate tunnels that run everywhere. And so when they're being chased by a predator, they will zip down into those tunnels, and they know those tunnels. They know where they're going, but predators, the holes are either not big enough for the predators to get through, or in the case of a snake, which they can get into anything, they just get lost. And oftentimes you'll find a dead snake in a rabbit's den because they get lost and they can't find their way out because they're reptiles. And they just sit there, and it's sad to think of it. Truly it is. They starve to death, they croak out, and that's that, right? So, and they dehydrate, seriously dehydrate. So all of that being, hey, happy birthday, Cherry B, whoop whoop. So all of that being said, what that tells me for you, Dana, and it also tells me for everybody that's listening to this, like if you're just chitty chatting and you're like, blah, this message isn't in for me, that's cool. It might not be for you. But if you're like, I'm focused on developing my psychic abilities, I want to make a business out of, you know, a living out of psychic healing, that kind of thing, you please, please, please know you are a multi-dimensional healer and reader. A multi-dimensional healer and reader, meaning all of your clairs are available to you, which they are to everyone. But for some of us, partly due to nature, partly due to nurture, it's more even. So some of you may get your messages mostly by visions. Some of you may get your messages mostly by seeing words or hearing things. Some of you may do automatic writing. Some of you may use a pendulum. Some of you may use tarot. Or you might be one of those people that do it all. In which case, Dana, this is the thing, is two things are at work. And Dana, if you could just tell me if that's correct about you not really believing that you can create abundance by being a professional healer reader. The point is that you have a little bit more of a challenge than most, in that you, Dana, and anybody listening to this message, realize that you are a multidimensional reader, feeler, sealer, healer, and don't discount anything that comes to you in any way. I know throughout the day, if I get a smell that's not in my house, something's coming for someone that day that has to do with that smell. For my buddy Tanya, I said to her this, and then I think we talked about this on the channel a few weeks ago. I kept smelling coffee? No, what did I keep smelling? Oh yeah, it was coffee. I woke up one morning and thought, who is in my house making coffee? And my house is not a house that smells like coffee all the time, or smells like this all the time, or smells like that all the time. I probably go through $5,000 worth of incense a year. I'm always burning incense. So when I woke up that morning, I was like, oh my God, someone is making coffee in my house. And I fully expected to walk out in my kitchen and see my handyman making coffee, right? Because he's like that. So that being said, man, everywhere I went that day, I couldn't get the smell of coffee out of, and I'm like, am I having a stroke? You know, because people have strokes and heart attacks, and, you know, they report smelling odd things or things that are not within their, you know, in their vicinity before they have a problem. So I was talking to Tanya later in the day, and she goes, oh my God. And I just was describing all the situations and all the feelings and all the thoughts. She goes, that's my mom. And she explained this whole story about her mom and coffee. And I was like, oh, well, why didn't she just say it was her, for crying out loud? Anyway, so it's that kind of thing. So just go Keurig. Yay. So it's I would really, Fruity Pebbles. Listen, Nikki, that's no joke. I would really pay attention to that. Truly I would. So that's the story for you, Dana. That's the story for you all that are wanting to really advance forward with your abilities, is pay attention to everything that comes to you, because they are messages. The universe as you, is trying to get you to pay attention, to see, to hear, to taste, to smell, to sense the messages, and feel the truth of those messages as a message, not as a figment of your imagination. And that's the truth. The other thing is just keep, you know, this card is all about reaping what you sow. And I feel like, Dana, I feel like that you invest in dead ends. So like, for instance, if let's say that you know, get a job. You're not necessarily in love with that job. You know it's not going to go anywhere. You know you're not going to particularly like it. But in your mind, well, I need to do this for right now. That's investing in a dead end. Don't do that. Keep planting the seeds of what you want to sow, which is eventually moving into your own psychic healing practice. And this is for anybody. And there are any number of ways to do that. You can start doing practice readings in the evening. You can start doing practice readings on the weekend. You can look for a job that stimulates you more, so that you don't have to like go into shutdown when you go into that job. Anyway, I hope that's all helpful. I am moving on to the next question, wherever it is. And y'all, I'm telling you, I'm probably going to be going out of order, and I am sorry about that. But I'm telling you, last night I was told, look, it's got to be a deep dive this morning, and it's got to be about the truth, the truth, the truth. Natalia Vargas, I'm still locked out of the garden, and I need to open my sacral chakra and better crown and third eye abilities. Natalia, do you need to open your sacral chakra, or are you choosing to open your sacral chakra? Choosing to open it and needing to open it are very different things. And you know, something was shown to me this past week, which was when we say, hey Charlene, hey Tyler, okay, that is amazing and so true. Thank you for, oh Dana, I'm so glad that was helpful. I'm so glad that was helpful. Because here's the thing, if I hope you're okay with me. It's the truth. So I hope you're okay with me just blabbing this out on, you know, in front of God and everybody on YouTube. But I just feel like you should have been a professional reader years ago. Almost like there is something with the number 5. It's almost like from 5 years ago till now, everything in your sphere was like, hello, knock, 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 hello. And you've just been doing this, doing this, doing this, doing this. Don't do that anymore. I mean, you know, don't do that anymore. Go be who you're supposed to be. So, plant meds. You know, I'm very on the fence about that plant medicine stuff. I'll never do it because I never know what's going to trigger my autoimmune and kill me dead. But you know, I've heard some of the most miraculous stories, and I've heard some stories that make any horror movie look like, you know, a Disney film. That's scurry to me, y'all. I'm not that brave. Well, I'm brave. I'm just not experimental like that. I got things to do. I can't be dying. Did I make you cry? Oh, yay. Oh, is that me that made you cry? Ooh, Dane, I'm sorry. Okay, it keeps you balanced. Iced coffee. Amy keeps me balanced. Teapot keeps me balanced. Tanya keeps me balanced. Anyway, okay, so let me go. Okay, so listen, y'all. I need questions about truths. What do you want to know the truth of? Please don't ask me something like, is it true he or she loves me? Is it true we're going to get back together? That's a yes or no question. I'm not going to answer that question. It's not helpful for you. And yes, I know we're taking a deep dive and we might be spending a little bit more time on one person's question than the other question. However, it's about the deep dive this morning. It's about the truths, the for real truths. Oh, Ma, are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? I know you are. Sound healing. Is it a direction I should go? Charlene, that's a yes or no question. Aw. Honey, it's Dana, it's not my truth, honey, it's your truth. Remember, my job is simple. I slap some makeup on, I schedule a live, and I show up, and I'm a ventriloquist dummy. I just say what the spirit animals and the guides and the angels and whoever flits in to talk to me, and my own, me as the universe and the universe is me. I just say what I'm told to say. So Charlene, I'm going to break my rule and I'm going to answer this question about sound, because you asked a yes or no question. I'm like, I don't answer yes or no questions, but here's the thing. There is a deep truth in this, which is this. It's not about, is it a direction you should go? There's something so... All I can hear is the song from Back to the Future. Huey Lewis, gotta get back in time. Oh my God, Charlene, my chest is filled so much that I'm like bursting to get to wherever you are and grab you by the shoulders and go, Charlene, don't you know that sound has been your thing for many, many lifetimes? Don't you know that, like, I see you at, oh my God, I got the biggest goosebumps. Woo! Y'all, I don't do past life work because it's almost not it's almost not provable, but when spirit sends me the message of a past life, I see it like it's happening in front of me, just like a movie. And that's what's happening, Charlene. In the past, you have been a cantor, which in the Jewish religion, those are the fellows that sing. They sing. They do all the sacred singing in the synagogue for their services. But I very much see you being very super connected to the royal courts in like medieval times. Meaning you were the official, I don't know what they called it. It's not the jester. Balladeer, or I don't know the name of it, but you have been so connected to having sound be your way of healing, your way of helping others. It's how you receive messages. And it's not necessarily the words. I don't know that the words are so meaningful for you as the intonation of the sound. Where are you, Charlene? This is crazy. Oh my God, Dana, that is very sweet. Girl, I've got to take a screenshot of that because it's in writing. Because this past week, I've been called a narcissist. I've been called the devil. I've been called all kind of stuff. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, so Charlene, what truth is in it for me? Okay, I went through all that, Charlene. Did you hear me? Wait, let me go farther down in the chat. Okay, so Charlene, did you hear anything I just said about past lives? And you being through your lives, like you've been a cantor for the Jewish church, the Jewish religion and synagogue in a past life. You've been in the royal courts where you sang, you were like the official singer, whatever, king or queen, that kind of thing. And what I said, oh good, Brandy, that's awesome. Okay, so what I'm saying is, this has always been a choice of your soul to move towards sound. And so yes, get thee to a real sound healing class, not like you know, the fly-by-night ones, they're like, you know, hand you a sheet of music and tell you to rap on a singing bowl a couple of times and poof, you're a sound healer. There's a science to sound healing. It is a literal science. Just like there's a science to those tongs they do and the tones, the 13 tones and all of that. No joke. No joke. Okay. Um, let me pull a card for you, but I know for sure. Really? Here was the card sitting just below the dog card, and Spirit goes, look below the dog card. It's kangaroo. Now listen, let me tell you something. This is not about kangaroo. This is about Australia and the Aboriginal culture. Where are you, Charlene Brand? This is a no joke message. No, we're talking about sound. The Aboriginal culture is the most ancient culture on this planet that we know of today. Okay, tomorrow they may find something new, but their didgeridoos, okay, there's that, but their way of communicating with each other is to sing people to them and sing messages to people they need to communicate with that are far away, out of sound range. And they literally sing songs that are then sent through the ether that the people, their kin, their cousins, their friends, their whatever, they can hear that even if they are 500 miles away. So I would really start with singing and get your own. I keep being drawn to the chest cavity, because that's where the sound rolls around, right? I would really encourage you, even if you think you can't sing, it's not about that. It's about getting the it's about getting the sound to come out of you first, feeling it in your physical first. And then when you start your sound healing practice, whatever that is, I just keep seeing singing bowls. But it's almost like you then, you know how I always say, oh, Charlene. Okay, y'all, listen here. Listen here, y'all. You know how I always say that when you're working with your power animal, you're not calling the power animal from inside of you out. You are stepping out of the animal to become yourself in this 3D moment. It's the same with sound. Thank you, Charlene Brand, for asking that question. That never occurred to me ever until it was just told to me. But if we're every animal and we're the universe and the universe is us, why wouldn't we be every sound, every intonation? Because every intonation and every sound is us. So what then would occur, theoretically, hypothetically, metaphysically, it's a hypothesis, I can't prove it, but when you become the sound and you travel into someone to affect the healing, you are traveling into them. You as the sound is you. Might be a little over the top, but I can't prove it's true, but I bet nobody can prove it's not true either. So it's just something for you to think of. But I would start with reading a whole bunch about how the Aborigines sing to each other over miles away. Okay. Wow. I need water after that one. Holy cow. Y'all, Mama Bear is having a moment. What an epiphany that is. Man, I hope a bunch of y'all heard that. Oh, and I sing out loud. Good, Julie. Sing all day long. Right, Amy? Amy, you know I'm going to be obsessing about this whole thing for the next week. I'm going to be like... See, I just have to stop and thank you guys because I learned so much by talking to y'all, which is why I set boundaries, like back off. Aw, thank you, Sunlight. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate the donation. And I think you're new. I don't think I've seen your name before, but for those of you that are new, any donation I get, I give 50% of everything I make on this channel to the animal to the animals charities that I support, which I'm now supposed to say that I'm a philanthropist. I hate saying that. I don't know that I'm gonna, but I'm being told that that's what I should say. But anyway, bottom line is, I donate 50%. So I appreciate that very much. Okay. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys because you help me get to other levels of understanding, and hopefully that helps you all and it helps anybody else that's going to come along, this away at any point. So, wow. Okay. Wow. I don't know. It's what's weird. Let me tell you what's weird about why I never even thought about that. Um, I just told Lisa Snyder, uh, and for those of you that don't know Lisa, she does this otherworldly form of, oh my God, of sound healing. Um, Charlene, do you know Lisa Snyder? If you don't know Lisa, get her on, I, hit me up if you don't know Lisa, but she does this amazing form of sound healing where she channels the ancients, and it's called sound healing with the ancients. Well, the other day, she and I were talking, and I was like, "Well, of course you're channeling ancient animals, right?" And then I was like, "Wait till you get to trees, because trees are the secret keepers. They're the record keepers of this earth. There isn't any, other than dirt." And listen, there's no reason you can't channel dirt. It's a living, breathing thing, and it absorbs energy like everything else. There are all kinds of people that work on psychics and mediums that work on crime scenes all across the world. And their way of doing it is they go to the crime scene and they step into the energy that's been captured. This is how they describe it. They step into the energy of what's been captured there because it's a memory. Like in the Spiritualist National Union, they teach that it's a memory, that you're not back in time, you're not going through universes or whatever, which is what I believe. Is that you're traveling in time and you're jumping dimensions and that kind of thing. They believe that you're feeling the memory of what happened there, what was said there, what was felt there. Wow. Okay, cool. I got to move on because Nikki, stop. Okay. All right. So, you can channel trees. You have a thing for trees. Well, let me tell you something. Trees are proven to have families. They care for their young. They are connected and send messages to each other through their root systems. And when I was a kid and didn't know jack about this world, there was a book that came out called The Secret Life of Plants. And I don't even know how I ever even found it. I was in the 8th grade. What did I know about? Now I know how I found it. It was meant to be. But yeah, an imprint, alphanumerical one. Some people call it an imprint, just like that. So residual energy. Some people call it that too, Pearl. Absolutely. Yes. Okay. So, I found this book and I was so fascinated, and it was the first person to come out in a book that these people did experiments with plants. They would play different kinds of music to them. They would hold fire near them. They would burn their leaves, and they hooked all these trees and plants and stuff up to galvanometers, which were kind of the most sophisticated measure of that thing that they had at the time back in the 70s. And they were able, in study after study after study after study after study, to show the spikes and the dips depending on the music, whether they were being withheld from water. It broke my heart. I was like, it broke my heart every time my mom wanted to chop a tree down or remove a palmetto bush to, for the property that we lived on. I would have a meltdown. I would just sob for days. I was a strange child, y'all. They do talk to everybody into us. Yes, they do, Stephine. Okay, yes, they do, Teapot. Okay, all right. So, moving on to the next question. Hey, Raven. Oh, is Lisa here this morning? And you said hey to Lisa. Do you mean Lisa Snyder? Okay. Hey, Lustrous Rose. Get Amy, Gatamy 26. Y'all can't see it because you're on my Twitch chat, but there's like 4 bajillion people. There's 4 bajillion people in the chat that I can't get to show up on Twitch yet. I haven't figured it out, but yeah. Thank you again, Sunlight Sprite. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Y'all. Holy guacamole. Okay, listen. Sunlight, just so you and everybody else knows, I absolutely appreciate donations more than I can ever say. But I do not give preference to people just because they give a donation. But I was looking at your question, and I'm blown away, and I'm going to answer your question with a reading, because just yesterday I was having a conversation with somebody who we exactly what you just asked, we had a whole conversation about for them. So here is what I'm going to do. So Sunlight, if you guys haven't seen this question, she's seeking, she, I can't see your thumbnail. It doesn't matter. Reads, I'm seeking the truth. I feel it's my calling to provide financial healing, but I am not sure this is true for me. I'm an accountant and tax pro. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Let me pull a card, and then I'm going to tell you. I'm just so, wow. I'm telling you, there's a movement out there right now. It's real small right now, but it's growing. It's growing. It's growing. It's growing. And what that means is there are people really starting to wake up in the financial sector that are taking a look around at the social implications of money, who has it, who doesn't, so on and so forth. And it, you will not believe the card that just came out. Oh my God. Okay. So you will not believe this card. Well, these two cards, but they're taking and they're wanting to help people. They've woken up to see that the reason more people don't have more abundance is because of their emotional blocks, their mental blocks as regards money. So that whole, and we don't discuss conspiracy theories, and we don't discuss politics, and we don't discuss religion on my channel, but, or anywhere that I am, but, because that's just a recipe for disaster. But, it's not so much that the quote unquote elite have kept money away from you or I or whomever. It's how they have socially engineered your emotions and thought processes. It's not the actual keeping of money from you. It's making sure that you don't understand it, making sure that you don't feel empowered to have it, to keep it, to get. That's what that whole thing is about. So I'm just going to straight up tell you, you are literally only Sunlight Sprite. I hope you're still here. Man, I hope you're still here. You are literally only the second, not true, the third person in all of the years I've been doing this business to be a metaphysician. You're only the third person to ever ask me a question like that. And I've done 65,000 readings at this point. 65,000. So the answer to your question is absolutely, positively, it is your truth. I know this based on the conversation I had yesterday, which was a reading, which was exactly what you're talking about. So the timing of it, that's a message. But then, here are the cards that have come for you. So when we talk about the Akinda, again, that is a that is just such an ancient animal. I just feel like numbers have always spoken to you. Numbers have kind of been your music. They've made sense to you. They're almost like your little friends. And you might do very well with numerology. If you haven't studied that, you might do very well with that also. That said, when I was a kid, hold on. When I was a kid, I wanted to be what? Ooh, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a teacher. Okay. So all of that being said, oh wow, I'm so way behind in this chat. Holy guacamole. Okay. So I forgot our question. So what uh, the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money, Bev. Remember we talked about this the other day. The love of money is the root of all evil. But here's the thing. Turkey. Turkey is your spirit animal to help you help others. Even when they don't understand, even when they're trying to push you away, even. And what that means is there's a story that I was told by a Native American. I bought a Native American flute from him the last time I was in Sedona. And I asked why a turkey feather was the feather that he chose to be on this flute. And he told me this story about how the turkey saved the world. And crazily enough, the turkey showed up as the coronavirus spirit animal way back when the whole coronavirus thing was starting. And that's go put the if anybody can find the Amy, if you can find the link to that, plop the link to that that video please in here in the chat, because the story of how turkey showed up, you couldn't deny that it's the spirit animal of the. You couldn't deny it. You couldn't. No one could. I mean, they could. They'd have been wrong. But that said, okay. Oh yeah, I got plenty of time. Okay. The short story of this is the world was ending, the world was flooding, and every living thing was trying to scramble to the top of this mountain and to be able to survive. And people were taking stupid stuff like chairs or their jewels that they thought they couldn't live without, whatever, whatever. And the turkey looks around and goes, oh my God, no one is taking seeds. If we don't have seeds, we can't plant things. We're going to die. And so the turkey loaded up on all the seeds, and consequently was the last one, or one of the last ones to try to make it up this mountain in the flood. Well, everybody else was quote unquote helping everybody else, and the turkey was the only animal coming up alone, not trying to help someone. So people threw rocks at it and they tried to push it back down the mountain, telling it how selfish it was, how this it was. And the turkey kept going under and kept going under, and it was so tired and so frantic to get those seeds up there. And it just, I mean, it wanted to survive as well. It finally struggled its way to the top, collapsed. And when it collapsed, it took a minute as a breather, and people are throwing stones at it. And they're, you let these other people die. You're so selfish. You didn't help somebody else up. And the turkey stood up and shook the mud and the twigs and the debris and then all of the seeds out of its feathers and said, no one else was bringing the seeds. Without them, we all would have starved. Okay, then the turkey's the hero. Where I'm going with that is this for you with this accounting thing. I'm a business owner. I always have been. And when I was in school, I had like 110 grade average, except for I was in remedial math. No joke. Anything else but math, it makes my head spin and it makes me tired and I don't like it. Goodbye, Rita. Good luck to your scammy self. Okay. So, all of that being said, there are some people that will love numbers like you do, and they will be very receptive to the numbers themselves. But when you talk about financial healing, you're talking about uncovering deep truths. The other day, I don't remember who it was on the channel, but we were talking, it was Money Monday. Okay. I will stalk you. I will stalk you on the book. Oh yeah, I gotta give away some stuff. Let me finish this message and then I gotta give away some stuff. Okay. Yeah, I got him, Bev. Thanks, or whoever it was. Rita Canal, whatever. Okay. So on Money Mondays, which is a live reading only about abundance and finance and doing exactly what you're talking about, which is trying to help people heal financially. Restless freaking birds. Okay. So this person asked a question about money for themselves, and I heard, for the first time ever in all these years, I heard the words, because she was taught that money is vulgar. Now, the word vulgar is a pretty strong word. I mean, that's not a word people say a lot. And I was like, wow, that's very specific. So I told this person the message. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. Ooh, I'm so sorry, whoever you were or are. I told this person, I'm like, somewhere when you were a kid, you were taught money was vulgar. Well, this person wrote they were a preacher's kid and taught that money was evil and money was bad. That's vulgar, right? Just to the nth level. Because imagine you're a child and you're a preacher's kid and you're trying to do all the right things and be the perfect kid and be a preacher's kid, and evil is bad, is vulgar, we don't talk, and once the truth of that was revealed to this person, I'm really hoping that they'll go, oh, and they'll be able to heal that part of themselves that sees money or the love of money as vulgar, but it doesn't have to be. It can be, but it doesn't have to be, right? Um Now, what I will say that I'm getting for you, sunshine, sunlight, sunshine. Oh, Janet. All right, hold on, y'all. I got to block. Block, 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 block. Any more blocks? Oh, Tyler. If it was up to me, I'd be, and I'm trying to figure out how to do my GoPro and how to do this other equipment that I have. I really do want to do readings from like animal sanctuaries and that kind of thing. Um, anyway, I hope that was helpful. Sunshine, sunlight, starlight, first star I see tonight. Why the crap? These are three little mittens lost their mittens. That's funny. Okay, so I'm going to give away something. I'm going to give away a couple of decks right now, and this is going to be as easy as this. Be honest. Who does not have an Arc Tarot deck but would like one? Not I want something for free, but would really truly like to have an Arc deck. And since we're talking about money, may not have been able yet to put the money together, and I'm not trying to embarrass you, to get one. Nikki, you don't have an Arc deck? Nikki Anderson, you don't have an Arc deck? Okay, let me just say one thing. The caveat to this, you guys, is I'll mail it to you for free if you live in the United States. If you live outside of the United States, I'm going to ask you to kick in for shipping because it's $40 to ship anywhere outside the United States right now. Okay, wait. Oh, holy cow. Okay, holy cow. Okay. Gypsy Nana! Oh my gosh, I've been waiting for you to show up. Amy and Teapot, please take note of the people who wrote me who don't have a deck. Get them in order, please. Gypsy Nana, stay right there. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Yes, in my jean shorts. Imagine my surprise when this showed up at my door the other morning. Imagine my surprise. It is, I don't even have words for it. It's a gift from Gypsy Nana, and I appreciate it more than I can say. And what Gypsy Nana doesn't know is, or maybe she did, in her psychic mind, I've been looking for something like this all over Etsy to hang in my kitchen window. No joke. If you saw the browsing history on my computer, you'd see every beaded curtain, beaded this, beaded that. And here's what I'm not doing. I'm not, ooh, look what someone gave me. And, it's not like that. I hope, Gypsy Nana, that you have a business making these because the work is amazing. Everything, the colors, I mean, it's like I was sitting, and then look at the keys at the bottom, right? And what Gypsy Nana doesn't know is I'm studying a thing called gene keys. If you guys have never heard of it, it's the genetic coding thing, and it's about your gene keys. And there we are, all of that at the bottom. It's amazing how we're all connected. So thank you very, very, very much, Gypsy Nana. It's appreciated more than I can possibly say. And I'm very grateful. And Gypsy Nana, if you have a business and you make these, you're welcome, Sunlight. If you have a business making these, please put your Etsy link in here or put your, whatever, your website or whatever. But it is, I will see this front and center every day of my life because it's going to go right in the center of my kitchen window. And I just, yeah, it's the chakra colors, right? Um, maybe, but not yet, but maybe soon. Well, Gypsy Nana, if there's anything I can do to help give you advice about how to get your stuff on Etsy or anything like that, you let me know. These are astounding. And this, the feel of this, I call it a wand. When I touched it the first time, I was like, that's not just a holdy thingy, that's an actual wand. And when I took a look really at it, if you guys can see, I don't know if you can see, but you know how we were just talking about turkey? Or if you take a look at it from the side, do you see the quail face? It could be a peacock face. It could be a turkey face. I'm leaning more towards quail or peacock because of the slope right here. There's the eye, but then there's the slope here, and then there's that little thing on top that quail have, that peacocks also have. And it took my breath away, and I thank you very, very much. But the detail in everything in here, it's literally like she walked into my house and into my heart, and know exact colors, the whole thing. Again, studying the gene keys, I appreciate it more than I can say. So anyway, so thank you, Gypsy Nana. Okay, so Amy and Teapot, you guys have a list of people who don't have the arc. And I'm going to trust you. If I send it to you, you're not just wanting something free. You're going to work with the animal spirits to help yourself or help others or both. And, so there you go. Now, be aware that it is an original deck. There are a few typos in there, and you might get one. We had some decks that had little white nubs on the side. Some did, some didn't. But it's a free arc, and I don't know how you can argue with that because it's still amazing in every single way. Well, hey, Dawn, you're not too late. So, I know, right? Oh, hold on. They want me to hold it up again. Look at the detail work in the beads, you guys. And again, the keys. I was just so blown away with the keys because I don't know that a lot of people have heard about this gene keys thing, and it's super fascinating to me. But I'm a super geek, and I'll read about anything like that. But it really is fascinating. But it's like natural, but it's sparkly. And I'm all about the sparkles. Totally about the sparkles. And again, I about fell over when I looked at the wand and looked at the bird face in this thing. I fell over. And you know what? I just saw this. You know what? It could be a dolphin. That maybe this is supposed to be a shapeshifter, but I just, listen, I understand I'm an animal lady. I'm the spirit animal lady, and I see animals in everything, but come on, y'all, that's kind of hard to deny. And if you switch it around where you see this as the back of the head, no, wait, that as the back of the head, and you take that off, it could be a beaver, it could be a manatee, it could be an otter. Look at that little face. I mean, I don't know if you did it deliberately, like consciously. Oh, a baby unicorn and a dolphin, right? That's what I'm saying. So I don't know if you did it deliberately, like took a look at that quote unquote branch and went, ooh, that looks like an animal. I'll send it to Bernadette. But I love it. I am so grateful, and I'm trying not to cry because I have to tell you, I had a moment when I opened this thing a day or so ago, and I was really hoping you would be on the channel. I was going to give it a couple of days, and I was just going to call you personally, but I was really hoping you'd be on the channel. I just had a moment because I love it, and I appreciate it more than I can say. So, okay, yeah, Gypsy Nana, Dawn. So Gypsy Nana, hit me up if you need help opening your business or whatever that kind of thing is. I'll tell you how to do it. It's super simple. Or Gypsy Nana, if you'll take orders from here and you want to just put you saw an elephant? Ooh, who saw the elephant? Elephant. Oh, you know what? What if I hold it the other way? What animal do you all see in there? What animal do you see? Strangely, I now see a salmon. Oh, oh my gosh, y'all look at this. Unless it's just my eyes. Do you see a killer whale? There's the fin. There's the other, dang it. There's the, oh my God, I'm really bad at this part. There's the other fin. There's the two-tone. There's the eye, and it's breaching. Do you see the killer whale in this? Wow. Holy cow. Yeah, orca, exactly, Restless. But yeah, it totally can be a dolphin as well. Oh, you did see the whale earlier. See, Bernadette didn't. Yeah, this is craziness. This is also Gypsy Nana. Let me. Oh, a toucan. That makes sense too, Natalia. I. Lily, that's right. It's like the Ark. Ha ha. There you go. That's exactly what it's like. Ooh, a snake. Ooh, I'll have to look again. Sea turtle. See, it's appearing. It's like a wow. But it's true, Gypsy Nana. It's true. Anyway, but Gypsy Nana, true or not true, you have not said it to me, but true or not true, you sent this to protect me. You think I need protecting for some reason. True or not true? Because that was one of the first things I got. When I opened it, I was like, she sent amulets of protection. This is a curtain. She meant this to be a curtain between me and anybody that would want to do me harm. True or not true? That's been on your mind, Gypsy Nana. I know. It's a whole arc. Roger that, Mindy. Anyway, it's craziness. It is the arc. Thank you guys so much, and thank you, Gypsy Nana. Wow. Well, here's yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so let me move along with the I have a habit of knowing what C. And let me. This is so crazy. You do have a habit of it because over the last 2 weeks, I told you guys there are a couple of like bigger projects I've been working on, right? And I'm like, well, they're long shots, but if they come to fruition, yak, yak, yak. Well, then a conversation ensued last week, and I was like, let me be sure I have this clear. And I repeated back to them what I thought they said, and they said yes. I said, I'm out. What does that mean? I'm out. Well, but I'm out. So had I let that go through, it could have been no bueno. And there have been a couple of other things happen. You know, listen, you guys, when you own a business, stuff's going to happen because you have to deal with people, right? And if you want to expand, you've got to, you know, you got to look at a lot of different options and do this and do that. But you were right. I over the weekend and into Monday, I was a tired pup. I was a whipped puppy. And so, yeah. So anyway, see, you see cats and dogs. The veil of the veil between the chakra world energy and the world of human endeavors. Yep. Okay. All right. So thank you very, very, very much. I appreciate it. Gypsy Nana, I hope you'll be open to making these for people because they're just amazing. And Gypsy Nana, if I may, you know, wherever you got these incredible beads, because they are so beautiful, like beads, crystals, it's just incredible. You could get animals also. You could get animal heads or animals, and you could do these, because don't you know I'd order a bear one from you today, this very day. You make me a bear. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Professor Dawn. I love it. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's get back to readings. Restless, I've been Googling those beads. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I might have just deleted somebody. Oh, dang, y'all. Oh, no, I didn't. I blocked the right person. Holy cow. Okay. Oh, hey, y'all. Also, can I just say, I probably had a half a dozen people in the last couple of weeks be on my high knee about the business class that I promised you guys. I'm doing it. I'm going to put it together. I just need to know who wants to be in it. So if you want to be notified about the business class I'm going to put together and what this is specifically is, I'm going to teach you how you create a following online, you get your business online, move into doing your business, anything, I'm not going to teach you about how to incorporate or laws and all that. I'm not doing that. But we're going to talk about, and it's whatever you want to do. Now if you want to be a doctor, I can't help you with that, right? But if you're looking for how to create your presence online, get business online, create a brand, move towards having your own products, that kind of thing, it's like that. But this class is no joke. It will be at least 6 months because it's no joke. If you really want to create a business, you can't be doing that in 3 months of 1 hour a week. It doesn't work that way. And so just put business, or just put BIZ, 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 BIZ in the chat, and Amy will write it down. Just put biz, please. Just put biz. Amy, take a look through all that, please, and get those. Everything's running really fast. Okay, all right. So thank you, Gypsy Nana. Thanks, everybody. Biz, biz, biz. God, I love that channel name, Quaint Little Mutation. That is a band. I hope you have a band. That is awesome. Biz, Amy. Okay. Okay, so let me get back to questions. Let me get back into my psychic self. And anybody, listen, just let me say, anybody that wrote me for the deck, I'll just send you guys decks. I'm going to trust you that you will work with this deck and it will be helpful to you, not just that you want something for free, because the animals will know. Oh yeah. Y'all. So I had a full moon gathering at my house on Friday night. It was fun. I wish y'all could have been there. Really, I do. I am planning a retreat for next year, though. It was so fun. But y'all, I live right in front of a protected wetland. There's a dang swamp right behind my house. Okay. Florida, swamp, skeeters. Not one mosquito in sight. Well, everybody got to commenting on, Amy will tell you, everybody got to commenting on why weren't there any mosquitoes? Because at my sister's house right across Gainesville, they don't live next to a swamp. They just live in a regular old neighborhood, and they can't walk out in their backyard without those things coming in, and they're like 2.5 feet long. They're like birds. So I'm sitting there looking at everybody, and finally my sister she looks at me and she knows me. She goes, "What? The animal communicator told them they couldn't show up?" I said, "As a matter of fact, I did, smartass." Well, she thought that was the most hilarious thing in the world, and so did everybody. But guess what? Not one mosquito came out on Friday night. And guess what? When my lawn guy is here, when my handyman lawn guy is here, because I'm fixing to, I know, true story, right? Talk about the truth. So, you guys might wonder why I have a handyman here for the last like 6 months, but wait till I share pictures of my backyard now. I'm telling you, I've created paradise back there, because where else is there to go in Gainesville, Florida? So I had to bring paradise to me. So all of that being said, Jeremy says to me, "Miss Bernadette, where's all the mosquitoes?" And I said, "Well, I told them to go away, Jeremy. You were tired of getting bit." "Oh, Miss Bernadette." And he goes on about his merry business. There hadn't been one mosquito out there since Thursday. Not one. There's all kind of water standing back there. Not one. And it hasn't been cold enough here to kill them off, in case anyone's wondering. Okay, so there we go. I know, mosquitoes, honestly. But here's the thing. I don't want to kill mosquitoes anywhere. I don't want to kill them. I get really don't get me started about killing anything. I look tough. I talk tough. And I am, except for when it comes to animals. I just fold like a cheap suit. All right. Let me get to these last few readings. All right, last reading of the day. Hold on. I don't even know why I'm wearing these right now. I know. Lily, you're going to flip out when you see my backyard. If anyone would like to come, I'm having a Halloween party. I don't know which day I'm having it. Because me and my girlfriends are doing a Halloween watching party. We're going to start Friday night, like we're 15 again. And we're going to watch all of our favorite Halloween movies. We're going to do a Harry Potter-a-thon. I'm bringing ridiculous amounts of food and drink into the house. And we're all just going to pile into my TV room. And everybody can come and go as they please. I'll keep a fire pit going outside and whatever. So yes, if you would, so please put Cherry B on that list for Dex. Tiffany, I pulled an octopus for 2 people yesterday. Tiffany K, I pulled octopus 2 times yesterday. Okay. Anyway, yes, if you would like to come to my Halloween party and you're going to be in Florida, awesome. Just let me know. I'll get extra whatever you like. Okay. So, all right, I'm looking for a question. Well, Pearl, I'm going to come to you as soon as this stupid travel, whatever, don't even get me started. I'm going to spend a month in England next year. No joke. I'm spending a month in England. And y'all, my eyes are all red because my autoimmune drama is kicking in this morning in my eyes. They're just real dry. Well, next year when we do the retreat, you guys can come and we'll do it. I really did. I'm telling you, yesterday was all about octopus. I really did, y'all. I really said, okay, listen, y'all. You're going to die. Ooh, Port Charlotte. Port Charlotte's only a couple hours away from me, Gypsy Nana. Ooh. Hey, oh my God! That's a great idea! That's such a great idea. I'll set up a computer outside or inside or whatever, and we can Zoom party, y'all. What? That's a good idea. That's cool. Dana, you don't live in the U.S.? Is it Dana or Dana? Dana. Oh, man. That's so cool. Okay, I'll do that, y'all. We'll do some Zooming. Yeah, I never thought of that. That's awesome. We'll do some Zooming and everybody can come to the party. That's so cool. I love it. Okay. Nobody can screen capture when Mama Bear's had too much sangria, though. I'm telling you that right now. You start sharing that stuff out on the internet, I'm coming for you. Okay, hold on. I'm yapping. I got to go. So let me just give this last message. Oh, wait. Didn't somebody ask a question? Didn't somebody ask a question about indigenous filmmaking? Dana, is that you? Is that you in Canada? Um, Dana Walsh, is that you in Canada that does the filmmaking? We've had a conversation before about the about working with the indigenous peoples. Is that you? Dana Walsh. Tell me if that's you. You and I have had a conversation or two before about making films for the indigenous people or about the indigenous people or with the indigenous people. I need that person right now. Okay, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going with a reading. I'm going to do a closeout reading for everybody, but somebody asked a question way earlier. No, Newfoundland, Canada. No. All right, I don't know who that was. Dang. I don't know who that was that asked a question about filmmaking. Phooey. Okay. This is for everyone. This is about the truth. Now that you've been sitting for the hour and a half or so with all of these messages coming through, in theory, everyone will have shifted in some way. Your spirit will have shifted, you'll have transmuted, you'll be receiving the healing. And so what you started out feeling about truths may not be what you're feeling or wanting to see or ready to hear or ready to experience. It's different now. And so again, with the rabbit, all I can say is this: Seven of Pentacles, you reap what you sow. Wow. Again with the rabbit. Again with the rabbit. So, whatever has shifted in you all as regards truths, again, it's about opening all of your channels to see things from many different perspectives. That's what those tunnels are about, okay? And meaning the tunnels that the rabbits build. Does somebody have something going on about a fight over land or property? Hey, y'all, listen, this is serious business. Does somebody who's listening now, do you have a fuss going on about land or property? Who owns it, who wants it, who feels entitled to it, who should get it? Or maybe you want to buy it, but you can't, you think you can't, or you want to get rid of it, but it's not happening. Does somebody have, I'm looking in the chat. This is serious business. Yeah, Gypsy Nana, that's my fault. You guys, I've got to be more active on my own forums, on Wild Pack Wisdom, because I created it as a safe space where everybody can go, to talk about things where you just really don't want to talk about on Facebook or, here on this channel or anything. So, does somebody have something going on about land, property, land? Okay, let me just give this message because this could be the house just sold. No, I don't think that's it, Restless. I know that story. I don't know that's it. Oh, okay. Brandy, I'm struggling over decision to sell and buy property by selling home. Okay, here's the story. This could be metaphysical. Like it can be, I really think it's about physical land, but it can also be about your space, whatever that means to you. And that could even mean carving out your own space on the internet, carving out your own space in a work environment, in a relationship, in a family, in a friendship, in a community. It could be all about that. And so, the Hell House. So all of that being said, I'm not laughing at you, but when someone puts Hell House, I have to laugh because the visual of that is pretty funny. Okay. Hey, Carolyn. So, oh, that's a good point. Land taken away and given back. I could be, except for what I'm really doing is channeling Rabbit and Seven of Pentacles at the moment. And so let me just say this about your truth. There's some kind of truth in not allowing anyone to take land, property, or space from you. Don't allow them to do that. And that you stake your claim and you build your foundation, your house, your tunnels, your home, your career, your business, your mental, emotional, physical health, whatever. You build it on that ever expanding property. Now, again, I feel like that is physical land, but it very well could be a metaphor. So, I love you all very much, and I thank you so much for today. We will get your arcs out in the next couple of days for those of you that got an arc. And many thanks to Gypsy Nana again. Many thanks to Teapot and to Amy, just really to everybody. And I will see you Friday. Please know that on Friday, it's going to be about the love, because that's where anything we want or don't want or choose or not choose in life, it's got to stem from that. Or really, like, what's it worth if it doesn't, right? So, you know what I'm going to tell you. Do good for animals, including yourself, everyone, and stay wild. Bye, everybody.